Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be building a Maya temple as suggested by a bunch of people. They actually asked me to do temples. Now I wanted to do a bunch of temples. We're going to be building like a Greek temple, like a Maya temple, which is this one right here. It's going to be really cool. And there's going to be a bunch of other temples because there's basically a lot of variations of like a temple. So if you have any like temple suggestions, which I should do because there's a lot, post them down below in the comments below and I will definitely look at your suggestions. Also, anything else, you can just put them down below and I will definitely take a look at them. I always do every single day. So with this building, what I wanted to start out with was basically a giant staircase that goes up to the top. Because as you might know, I don't know if you've googled something like a Maya temple before, but it has like 4 staircases going down to the top to like the middle point, and it has a nice structure on top and then probably like a staircase down, which leads into like some sort of dungeon or cool type of thing. And then it has like steps in like bigger forms. Instead of the stairs, it's like a huge stair. It kind of looks like a massive staircase, which I'm doing right now. So the normal stairs are on a 45-degree angle, obviously, and then the bigger steps are here. They are on, I don't know the angle, but it's 2 blocks out, 3 blocks down, 2 blocks out, 3 blocks down. Basically that pattern following down below, which basically leaves you to like 10 blocks before the other staircase. So here I'm filling everything up, and later on this is going to be all like randomized, have little holes, little buttons, little cool little details, but that's always for the end, as you might know, of my videos. Here I'm copying this thing all the way around so you get an idea of the shape of this thing, and already now I was getting pretty excited because this shape was turning out really well. Here I'm placing down the staircases that are going down, stack them to the left and to the right to make sure everything is good, and doing the same thing on the left side. Now obviously this needs a little railing like on the left and right side so you don't fall off accidentally if you were to climb this thing. And that was just basically moving the staircases 1 block forward and then filling up the gap that it created. Now that thing is going to be copied over, once again, fully round 360 degrees, which is going to be now, boom, there you go. And then I already am starting on this big structure on the top, which is going to look really cool. Now I'm going to be putting quite a lot of detail in this, and you might not see that yet right now, but it will be put in a minute. So I'm also using some staircases to bring it out, to get some little bit of depth. So I'm bringing that out and putting a slab on top of that staircase. Then doing the same thing in a mirrored way on the top there. And then later on that is going to also be randomized and have little holes in it. Now I also made not windows but little holes in the corner pieces over there. And it kind of looks like a face. See, it looks like a funny face, actually an angry face. So I did that all the way around, and then I'm also going to make a nice pattern in that little top, and then that's gonna do it for this little top part, and I'm just gonna copy that round and then I'll have that part done. Now we're gonna be working on the bottom part here with the steps and actually going to put in some detail. Now I always like using stairs, so that's what I did here. I basically just put in a staircase every other block. Super simple, and it gives it a lot of detail. It looks super nice. It would look boring without it. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's going to take quite long because I'm doing this manually. I don't always do things with roll edit. Like sometimes I like to do things just manually and have it done by hand, which is sometimes pretty nice. So that was the right side. Now on the left side, I'm basically copying the same thing. It's all the same. And of course, things are going to be randomized in a bit. You know me, you know I like to randomize. I like to put in excess detail and lots of other epic stuff, and that's going to be pretty cool in a minute. Now a pretty cool part, we're going to be doing a little bit of the inside, and there's not going to be much, and accidentally went below the surface right here, which is kind of a mistake, but it's fine. So I made the inside a little bit more appealing, made some staircases in the corners, everything looks pretty nice and clean. Then I put in some random details just on the corners of those things, and now I am actually making a little staircase going down. Now you won't really see a lot of this because it's basically just a staircase going down, and I didn't even go down it, it just basically had to look like there's a staircase. And if you want to build the inside, then you can use your own imagination and build something that you want yourself. I'm not going to do that right now. So let's go all the way outside again. This actually gives you quite a nice overview of what we've already done because it actually looks very complete already. All that's left now is adding a bunch of cool details. So you just saw that I put down some basic andesites at the floor of where the stairs start, which is kind of like a nice detail. Now I also wanted to place down some grass again that I cut away in order to make this building. I wanted it to like basically blend in with the environment, so I was gonna put down all of the grass again that I left out, which I just did, and it looks very nice already. It gives it a super nice touch. Now I also wanted it to be more in like a tree environment, so I was going to place down a bunch of trees. They're actually big trees, and you can do this with roll that. It would basically just / tree spacebar big. It basically gives you a palette, and you can click down and it places the trees for you, which is very useful. So here you can see it up close. I changed all the textures into randomized blocks, and these blocks are down to personal preference. I basically use like cobblestone and variations of the stone brick, and it always looks nice. So here I'm also changing up the staircases into stone brick and cobblestone brick stairs, which is a nice addition. And later on I'm also going to be putting in little holes in the staircases as well, because things cannot be perfect. Like here on the wall, I'm creating like a little holes, and you can do stairs sideways to have a quarter hole of a block, which looks really nice. And I always just do like a normal staircase, which gives like a half block gap, which is pretty cool. And also cutting off the corners of things looks really nice too. So here I'm just placing staircases on the corner of where normally a full block would be. And you can also combine this with slabs, which makes it look pretty nice too. And just let your imagination flow and do random things. Random really is the key here. You don't want to do things that are repetitive. You don't want to do things that come back. Of course, you do want to have a bunch of these things, like windows need to be like every other block, but then you also want to put in some stuff that is not set in stone. You want random things. So here, as you can see, I put in a bunch of holes, replace them with normal slabs, which looks pretty good, and I'm going to be copying that design over a couple times. I also made sure to go around and change the copied stuff a little bit so that not everything is exactly the same all the way around. That's also a nice thing to check, by the way. So now one of the last things I wanted to do is place down some vines and normal leaves to make it look like it's overgrown and it graded over time and it's aged. And these things, by the way, these structures are really old. I have no idea, but it's like thousands of years. They go back thousands of years, which is pretty cool. So these things, of course, have been grown over with foliage. Is that what you call it? I don't know. But like leaves and weird little plants and anything that you could put on there. And that is basically it, guys. It looks insane to me. I love it, and I'm very happy with how this turned out. Now guys, like always, you can let me know down below anything you want me to create, and you don't know, I might do it in the next video and I will give you a little shout out. Wouldn't that be cool? So let me know down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you want to see more epic builds like this, and don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye bye.